Morning all. Well, this was a surprise live. It's been a disastrous week, absolutely disastrous. And it finished. I'll tell you about the week as we go along. Morning everybody that's in. Let me scan quickly over the chat. I'm going to get this a little wrong. Morning Duncan, Colin, Barry, Lawrence. This is all in a panic, I'm afraid. Clive, good morning. Morning, Mark. And morning, Colin. Thank you very much, Colin. Very kind of you. Morning, Chris. Morning, Anne. Morning, Duncan. Morning, Malcolm. Evening, Bob. Evening, Bob. Where am I? Sorry. And Duncan, got you. Got Mark. Yeah. Morning, Adrian. And morning, Adrian. Morning, Adrian. I'm flicking down here. I should wear my glasses. Morning, Roy. Robert, good morning. And I think I'm in love with Woodturning. Good morning. Morning, Chris. Morning, Stuart. How you doing, mate? Morning, Ray. Morning, Pat. Morning, David. Dire Emergency, good morning. Stephen, good morning. Terry, morning. Lady H, I'm not worthy. And Pat Carroll, thank you very much. You ain't seen what mess we're going to get in this morning yet. It will be a bit of a pickle, trust me. I said there was a bit of a surprise. Miss T, good morning. Matthew, Terry, Lawrence, good morning. Now, I shall come back here. Anybody that I've missed, I'm really sorry. I was flicking down that quickly. As of yesterday, you was not going to be alive this morning. What happened is we paid for super fast broadband, all whizzy stuff. And yesterday, we had a little power cut. Lasted about 30 seconds. Dink, dink. And that was it. Lost all our broadband connection. So I got hold of the company. It's supposed to have 4-hour response time. 4-hour response time become hours and hours and hours, and it weren't coming up. But they've managed to fix it overnight. So hence we're here. So this morning I said surprise live. Well, it will be a surprise. I feel really sorry for you lot too. I feel sorry for you because we've got Mr. Mike Waldt with us.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Very nice to see you. And Ed Oliver time, according to this big clock on the wall, is only 7 minutes past 8 in the morning. So I don't know what you're all doing up now. And he's a lot taller than I thought he was. But his lathe is a mini lathe because it's about knee height.
No,
Just got off the road.
Full size. So, we're going to do a double demonstration for you this morning. And I'm going to teach Mike Waldt how to colour. He's going to throw colour everywhere.
Colour?
In fact, I've done it wrong because he's wearing one of my spots. He should have been wearing his own, shouldn't he? So,
yes.
Let's whip over to the camera now. We'll come over Ed. So what we got, because it's Mike, I've got a tatty old bit of sycamore.
Nothing new there.
Nothing new, Mike says. So, what was happening, I was cutting a load of big blanks for people in the week, and this was the end of a plank. And unfortunately, it's got a split coming through here. So not split, and it comes through diagonally to here. So, because of that, I am going to mount it with a little faceplate, because I don't want Mike landing up in hospital because it means I'd have to go up and visit him. So that's not happening. So we'll try and keep him secure, shall we?
Absolutely no comment.
Right, so we're going to use a faceplate. This is a knot split. So 100%, well, 99, 80%, 70%.
Surely,
60%.
Can I interrupt? I'm sorry to interrupt, but if that was me, that would be centre. Am I wrong?
I think maybe you need to clean your glasses. So, we're going to mount this here on a faceplate, and I think it's sort of 40% safe, but I'm not turning it, so it'll be fine. Fit faceplate on. and we can see what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next is I'm actually going to turn the power on to the lathe because I haven't done that yet. Now, I'll try and keep an eye on the camera. Mike will keep an eye on the camera, and between us we'll keep an eye on the trap. Why will that be, you wonder? Because Mrs. Oliver's gone out and abandoned us. She couldn't stand the thought of it. That's not quite true.
I'll just say good morning to a couple. Terry Bartlett, good morning. Yes, good move. I'm not going to use my own smock, and we won't be fighting, Jacques, so I assure you.
We will. I've lost my truck key.
And Mark, the gentleman Woodturner, says, look after my boss now, Ed. And Stuart Farini, I cannot believe you said that. Time to get Mike converted. No, I'm not going to do it. I refuse. It will be interesting, Mark Valentine, because I'm not going to do any colour. There's enough beauty in that bit of wood there. Mind you, I must admit, some of the rubbish I bought off Ed, that's quite a nice blank.
This is a quality blank. I only keep the good blank, stuff.
Yeah. Going to be a long demo? No, it won't be long because I'm going home shortly.
Right, so over the top, what we've done is we've just mounted that on a faceplate. We're going to bring this around, bring up the tailstock for support. There, we'll make it as safe as possible, shall we? Let's find some safety glasses. You want a face shield or something?
Safety glasses if you've got them.
Safety glasses, yeah. I've got
Actually, I'll put them on. There we are.
Right.
That's lovely.
Okay, so safety first. Obviously, we're larking about a bit, but that's when things go wrong. So we've got to make sure we've got our safety wear on. I've got the extractor set up to turn it on where we go. We should have dust masks on, but talking mics, you understand, so it's not going to happen. So if I turn the magic lathe on, whip the speed down, stay out the line of fire, turn it on, slowly advance the speed. There's a bit of sycamore, it's 14 inches in diameter. We're going to come round here, not going to go too mad, back there, and we're going to bring it to true. So, Mr. Waldt is going to stand at one side, and I'm going to cover him in shavings. Tools into me hip, handle down low, just pick up the cut there, and I'm just going to bounce that along the surface. And just truing this edge up. We're going to make it a quick demo, we wouldn't bother with this, we'd just start turning a shape. Grip's fairly firm. And that's got it to round. Now the reason it weren't round is because obviously the centre thing weren't centre. I need Mike Waldt's glasses. We look truer there, right, okay. So now we've got this, we've just ripped the grain out here a bit because we was just rough cutting. We're going to bring to shape. Technically I should come this way. I always go this way, so I find it easier. And I'm just bringing this around. Just bounced off the edge there. Got rough edge. Just feeding the gouge in there. I've got a rough corner, so I'm coming round. Twisting my body in. It's just kicking me off as I come round for some reason. So we'll turn that down, turn this up, bring this round. Now I'll set the tool rest up for Mike Waldt so he understands, like, you can do it about there and about there. And we'll turn it up, get a bit of speed into it. Yeah, a bit of vibration, that'll do him well. There you go, Mike, it's your turn. You can have your own gouge.
Okay, that's the blunt one, I presume.
He's got the blunt one.
Which has got, look, it's got shavings on it, so it hasn't been sharpened. So what you want to do, just bring the edge round.
We're bringing the edge round to bring in a round shape. So what I would do is I'd have that flute about there.
Oh, well, okay, it is a lesson. Be much better if we had I'll tell you one thing, people, it's really weird using somebody else's gear. And as you all know, I am not a bolt turner. In fact, I'm not a turner. That rest seems awfully low to me.
You're cutting round on centre. Centre. Try that one, that's sharp.
A sharp one. That'll be different.
I'm like the commie chef. I'm running around sharpening tools and everything.
Well, it's already good for. You see, I would do this differently, but then I'm not a bolt turner. You see, I'd face off the bit there.
Well, we can face off the bit. It's wasting a few cups. Right, let me get an eye on the chat. Well, Steve, Muslim wife, no, this is serious stuff.
Oh, it's so serious you would not believe.
Yeah, Mike Waldt is going to colour a bit of wood.
What shape do you want?
Round.
Oh, I don't know about that. Nah, can't.
Round shape.
Floating the bevel, bringing my body around. It's quite amazing how different people do different things. I would face that off. This is
yeah, you can face the wood off,
no.
But the idea is if you're doing it a bit quicker, then you don't worry about that too much.
Okay.
So.
And where do you want me to go now? Because
let me get a go round
I'm having
here.
a lesson.
He's having a lesson.
I'm having a lesson.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this cut up here on the back of the bevel. I'm using the wing of the tool, holding it into the wood, bringing this in. To about there. So that, we would have been all day, wouldn't we, the way Mike was pissing around with it?
Well, yeah.
We now got a foot piece, you see, a foot piece. So now, I'll whip round. So we do things differently. We've got a bit of torn grain here, but I'm not worried about that. We'll tidy that up in a minute. We're just facing off a bit of wood, so I can pick up the back of the bevel now. There. Lean my handle towards the lathe, little twist, pick up the cut, twist myself around. We'll lose that cut about there. Do the same again. Now we check this surface. It's not too bad. Now where this heartwood's coming through the middle here, it's tearing out. So we're either going to do a real couple of fine cuts to bring it around and get this curve to flow into this foot, or we are going to have to come the proper way. You tell by the wood which way you're going, and we've got end grain here with this heartwood coming through it, and it is causing a bit of a problem. So Let me just try a finer cut. Now it's bouncing all over the place, it don't like that at all. So this time the piece of wood is going to win the battle. We're going to have to go the other way round. So, down to Mike.
Just make a comment where Leona said, I don't, Leona Fay, I don't get the facing off either. The only reason I face off is so I can get a bit more speed in and have it a bit smoother. That's just me, but as I say, I'm not a bowl turner.
Well, it doesn't much matter really, whichever way you do it. We can just advance the speed up a little bit and go through the wobble. We're only running at about 800 RPM here. So now we can come round this way, pick the cut up, but my towel stock is going to be in the way. But you can see that bit of wood cut much smoother in that direction. So in this occasion, we've got to cut the traditional way. So now, Mike's back in. What I'll do is get rid of the towel stock for him. And the elbow stabber. We wouldn't like to see Mike Waldt stab his elbow, would we? No.
Oh, yes, you would.
Oh, yes, you would. We wouldn't.
Oh, yes, you would.
So, we're going to bring the tool rest around. Now, with a rotating headstock, we're going to have to get over the lathe bed because this is a 14-inch blank to pick it up and push the cut around the lathe. But, the beauty of the rotating headstock, we'll bring this off, open it up, bring it forward a bit and give Mike half a chance. There, pull this out, come on. There, bring that around. Now you've still got that on camera. We'll lock all this down. And now, you can bring the tool rest around and the lathe bed's not in your way. Make use of your tools, including your lathe. So now we can get in here quite comfortably, pick up the cut on the back bevel, so back handle, back bevel against the wood first, lean the handle towards us, a little twist, and then push cut around the bowl. Simples. And with the remote box we can bring that down so we're out of the way. Let's turn it on, make sure we're going to run okay off the bed. Turn it down a bit, there's a bit of vibration there. We'll turn it slowly for him, shall we?
No.
He's had a long drive. Right, so okay. Now Mike can do his push cut a traditional way around the bowl.
So, this the bevel?
I would go your handle further towards the lathe, further towards the lathe. So it's pure bevel. Now lean the handle towards your body and twist yourself around the lathe.
Going too slow. No, what I'm doing there, you see, that's better. Always turn the lathe off. Thank you.
I've got my uses, I turn the lathe off.
Not many. Just pick up the cut and swing round.
No emergency, yeah, he brought a coach loads of people with him. They think they were going to Luton. Morning, Trevor. Morning, anybody that's popped in that I missed. We've got Mike Waldt in the house, turning a bowl. It's not so much about the bowl turning, we're going to get him to put paint on it.
Well, I don't know what's going on here.
We've got a lot of wing at all. Deadly silent in the workshop.
Yeah.
Malcolm, Karen's not making the tea. Morning, Woodburn Paul. Karen's gone out. She's escaped for half an hour.
Well, you can hear that knocking on there, which is the wood. So I'm going very slow, as is the lathe. 500 RPM. Putting no pressure on the tool, just letting it let the wood come down onto the edge. But it is very weird using new stuff or different stuff. Stop and have a look. Not too bad. Just turn the lathe off, move it around a little bit. Everything is cack-handed.
There's only one cack-handed thing.
That's me, yeah. So, again, handle quite low and pick up the cut. And what I tend to do, which I was told by a bowl turner, told Ed Oliver quite a while ago, is you keep an eye on the other side, because that gives you an idea of the shape. I was going to turn a goblet in my live tomorrow, but I think I'll turn a bowl, just to show how it shouldn't be done. I reckon this is getting blunt.
There you go. There's a sharp one.
Thank you, sir. See, I would have gone to my Pro Edge now and... Oh, look at that, look at that. That is absolutely superb. And just bring the end down. And then follow a little bit around. And one more.
There we go, right. Now,
Little bump there, but not too bad considering.
now this would be one ugly looking bowl, wouldn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to put an OG in it, because it's all going to be about the surface really. So if we bring this around, I just adjust my tool rest to where I want it here. There's definitely the balance of wood is not great here. I mean, it's the heartwood. We'll try this. So with my bevel at the back, I'm just going to pick up a cut now. Bring this foot in a little bit. Now as I come round, what I'm trying to do is join up with Mike's shape. So I just alter the drop of my tool lower so I don't cut too much. Get round. So as I come round here, I get to about here, and now I start coming back the other way. and I twist back in towards the lathe. So I'm going to twist away from the lathe to get my curve. Keep coming in. I can roll the gouge over just a tad and then back into the lathe. I'm ripping some wood away here. There. And we'll do one more. So we get there. Twist away from the lathe. Get my curve running down and then back into the lathe. Using the wing of the tool to rip some wood away. Raise the handle as I go back in. Oh, that was a chunk, wasn't it? Now I've got the whole wing there ripping wood away because we wanted to get the wood away. We do one more there. It's kicking me off at that edge. I'm not worried about that at all because all I was trying to do
Show off.
is get some wood away. Show off. Now we're going to get Mike to follow the shape. He's got to get rid of a couple of bumps. So
what Ed means is he's turned the speed of the lathe up while he's turning, turns it down for me, makes a mess of the OG and wants me to sort it out. Is that just about right?
you sussed that I turned the speed up. I can't believe that.
Right, okay.
Well, they always say you mustn't turn faster than you're capable of.
Oh well, hang on then. Let's knock it down a bit.
Yeah, about 300 to do you.
Yeah, 300.
You want to
Okay.
whip it up through that vibration,
Yeah.
I think, don't you?
Yeah,
Right
that's
now.
lovely. Okay, so we're starting where Ed started here, so you want to lean into the lathe to begin with. Get yourself as balanced as you can at the end of the cut. Just light cuts.
And now you're twisting
No,
away from the
twisting
lathe.
away from the lathe. Getting rid of that one bump that Mr.
Keep
Oliver
twisting
put in.
away, keep twisting away, keep twisting away, keep twisting away, keep
And
twisting
now-
away, and then in. Twist
And
into
now-
the lathe, drop the handle a little bit as you go. Drop the handle, drop the handle, drop the handle, drop the handle, drop the handle. There's a lot of finesse with just lifting and dropping a handle. When you don't drop the handle, you get a real deep cut.
Okay, now a light cut.
Quite off-putting when you've got two of you.
Especially when the less experienced non-professional has got to try and repair all the damage.
You got it, Malcolm. All in the hips, Mike. Perhaps you ought to have some music on and then you'd be dancing around doing the old Welsh jig.
Now I just want to stop and have a look at that. Not a bad surface. Little bit there, but we'll carry on if Mr. Oliver agrees. And we will lift the handle, pick up the cut and move into the lathe with that wonderful
Adrian, the other way round. I'm the little Padawan.
Just a little bit there.
Pivot, pivot. Now you've got it. Pivot. Let's pivot. Well, you ought to see it from your point of view. I am looking at a camera. Yeah. We had an OG just now. Now we've got like a different shape. Grasshopper. That was a good program, wasn't it? Grasshopper. Douglas, thanks for topping in. It'll stay up live so you'll be able to see it later.
That's OG-ish.
OG-ish, that's Covish. We got a COVID bowl. It comes round like this.
Yeah, we've got to go right there, haven't we?
Got to go round there, out there. Give it a fine cut. Shall I give it a fine cut? Let's
You
give it a fine cut. Right, let's give it a fine cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick the cut up about it. So I rub the back of the bevel, nothing's happening, handle's low. Then I lean the handle towards me, raise the handle up a little bit, just see the dust coming over the edge, and then I just follow this around. It's going to cut in areas and not in other, because we're following a curve. So I can do the same thing again, towards me, and I'll just drop the handle down low as I come round, swinging me hips in or doing the pivot. We've just lost the cut there, and I'm going to lose the cut a few times here because as I come round I'm just refining the shape, and I'm really leaning into the lathe now. I drop my right knee right the way down when I do this. So I'm in, fine cut, into the lathe, into the lathe, into the lathe. I'm watching me cut line, I can see we've got a bump. Drop the handle as I come in, bend the knee. And then I'll do another one here, and this should be it. Little line there. And I've took virtually nothing off there, and back we come. We've got a big rim, got a little line in there, nothing that wouldn't sand out, and now we can concentrate back there. We've got a bump in there.
I think that was down to you, Ed.
Down to me, eh?
Yeah.
Right, let me sort my bump out. So I'm going to come the wrong way now.
I'm only kidding, people.
Just using the side wing of the gouge, twisting into the lathe, and we'll start cutting a lot more about here as we refine that curve back into the foot. So I'm just going to come up here, hands low, side wing of the tool, dropping my handle all the time I'm going. I'm bending my right knee as I pivot into the lathe, just to refine our shape round, and it will be something there. And we've got rid of our bump. There's a bump there. There, I think we've still got a bit of a bump there, haven't we? Just brushing this gouge around. What I want to do is get the back of that. Wrong way there and taking a lot of wood, so I'm just going to roll the tip of the saw. But if you think about it logically, we're going to need a bit of waste wood here because we've got to put a mounting on. Let's get away for a minute. I'm just twisting away so the foot will flow. Somewhere there, I think. Let's have a look. See if we got rid of our bumps. It's quite thick up here, but don't worry about that. We're going to face that off. We've now got a curve into a foot and a curve round and back out. OG-ish. So now we've got to put our mounting in the bottom so we can whip it round so Mike can play with some paint. What do you reckon on this?
Yippee!
Hey, what do you reckon on this?
I cannot wait.
So, we'll just face off what is going to be our mounting because we want that to be clean. I want to leave me centre marking. Tool rest is a bit low. I'm coming under centre, so my tool rest is low.
Told you.
If you adjust it with it moving, don't do it with a gouge in your hand. Right, and now what I want to do, give us a chance in a minute, is just mark that centre. There. So we can reverse it afterwards. Now, we want our calipers. Let's come over there. Now you should be able to see this. The jaws are 50mm. I'm using 50mm jaws. The blank's about 13.5 inches, so it'll be good enough. We set our vernier to 46-ish. Left point in. Mike, do you mind standing over my left shoulder? Now, if you want to get rid of someone, you stick the right point in and it catapults. So left point only, score a little line. When it lines up with the right point, give it a little push. Now, if we think that's a bit small, which potentially it is, because if anything goes wrong, there's not a lot of spigot there. So what we're going to do instead is create a socket and build it into the foot. So for a socket I want 50mm, so I come to about 53mm. I was just looking at that thinking that might be a bit small, so we're going to put a socket in. Make sure I've got the right size. 52, 53mm. Line this up, get our scribe line there. You'll be about there. So now we're cutting out our socket. Mike's found the cat. Lucky the cat. So I've got a skew here and I'm just coming in. Push that in there. And then use it like a scraper. Now I'm putting a socket in. I've obviously got to re-establish my centre in a minute, because that's going to disappear. I was thinking we'd mount on a spigot, but when I did the spigot, looking at the wood and looking at the size of the blank, I thought it might not have been the safest and wisest move. Got that down, and now I can use my little detailed 25-degree spindle gouge. I'll just pick up the centre and feed this out. If it's sharp, it might be blunt. Oh, that's got it. So I'm just trying to feed that out along here. Just picking up the tip into there, and then I'll just come in there. And what I'm going to do is just make the bit where we're going to join the face of the jaws flat. So we get a little flat shoulder just in about 8mm. Make sure that that taper is nice and clean, the dovetail. I can use the wing of the tool, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round this bit over. So I can use the screw like a skew, like a negative rate scraper. And if I just rock that backwards and forwards, because this is going to be visible when we're done, very lightly, there. And we just want to make sure that that bit inside there is clean and flat. Clean and flat, Mike, do you reckon?
Extremely clean and flat, considering who just did it.
Ah, clean and flat. Now we've got a couple of little rings, so if you're going to do something like this, Mike would be safe with this, won't he? A beading tool. You can come in and put a couple of beads.
Okay, so we'll do a couple of beads.
Couple of beads in there.
Couple of beads.
Couple of beads. Beady
As
eyes.
the old Cockney sparrow says.
Beady eyes.
Couple of beads. So again, all you do with the beads, we'll start with one there.
Pick that line up that we've
Oh, that
got
there.
That little
okay.
line.
We'll
Yeah.
pick that there. We'll have a little bead in there.
Lift it up and give it a rock. That was
And all you do, now the thing with the bead, as soon as it hits that middle, you're done. You're done.
Ooh, bead master.
And we'll have another one about there. Now bearing in mind we've got a bit of a slope, you want to try and get parallel to that slope, otherwise you can have a wonky bead.
No emergency. How deep have we made the socket? On this, not too deep, it's around about, I don't know, 6mm, something like that. That'll be plenty for this size piece of wood. The secret is the jaws have got to fit flush against the face, so that's sitting tight, and we've got to have enough room so that it doesn't pick up. So we're going to test it in a minute. We're going to test the theory.
No tear out.
To make sure she turns in now. So our bow outside is not too bad. There's our knot splitting through there in the foot, and there's a bit of tear out there and there on the foot, but we'll sort that out when we reverse it round. So let's release it from the chuck. Do the jaws right up. Sit that into there. Expand the jaws and push that up there, tighten that up. Don't over tighten it because we got a split. We don't want to find out the split goes all the way through. We turn the speed down, turn the lathe on, slowly advance the speed, and all we're worried about is this outside edge.
Up to be perfect.
And that's running nice and true. Obviously here we've done nothing. I think Mike turned the front earlier.
I did use the skew.
So we're good to go. We'll stop that. We just give it a little tug, make sure she's on there nice and firm. I don't want Mike breaking the cameras. And off we go. We get rid of this faceplate. Faceplate's out of the way. Bit of that. Bring the tool rest up. And now Mike can do his facing. All he's been on about all morning is, I want a face, I want a face, I want a face.
He's talking rubbish.
That's all he's been on about. Waffle, waffle. I want a face, I want a face. There we go. Oh, no, you adjust your tool rest to your own height,
That's very,
Michael.
That's very.
Yeah, don't listen to me.
That's very kind
No.
of you. That'll do. That's very.
Morning, Ruby.
And again, just using the left wing.
Morning, Adam. Morning, YB. Morning, Steve. Morning, Trevor. Think we're missing people because we're waffling on and taking the mickey in the background and all that sort of stuff as you do. So, hi Rob. BB, hello mate. Anybody I've missed, I'm really sorry. Ruby, it's a pretty piece of wood at the moment, but Mike's going to ruin it. He's going to throw paint all over it.
Mike is okay. I'm a guest. I've got to do what I'm told.
Well, he put a post up on Facebook last week. Now I'm a colourist. And he put the tiniest little band of colour around something.
There's a mushroom.
Oh, mushroom, that was it. Red top.
I sold that. I bought it. Turn the speed up a notch and we'll do one more and then we can start the
Oh,
shape.
he's going fast enough, I can't watch.
Just let the wood come down onto your edge. Now the owner says this is not worth it, but as I keep saying, me, I don't turn a lot of bowls. I do this as a bit of practice as well. See, now at the end I've just fallen off that cut a bit. That'll do. Not perfectly faced, but enough to do the rest.
Mike doesn't understand colouring, does he?
No.
No.
No, what you do now, I presume if you're going to colour it, you're going to just colour the...
You got to make that
The rim.
face nice and flat.
You want me to carry on?
Yeah, nice and flat. There can't be a mark in it. If you're going to put colour on it, modern misconception, people think
No,
if you're colouring, you can get away with murder.
It picks up all the problems.
Yeah, all the problems.
That's why I don't colour, you see. It's funny. It's the quietest I think I've ever been on a video because I'm in the presence of a master. Pratt. No, I'm in the presence. And I know my shortcomings, unlike a lot of people. Just letting the wood come down onto the edge, trying to keep the same plane all the way through. And the shaving coming off the same part of the edge.
Morning, Turnazoo. Sunny in Portsmouth. I think it's going to be sunny in Great Chart in a while.
No, I will do a push cut now. I'll try my
Bolton,
push cut. And
hello from England to Poland. Chris spinning, morning. Yeah, we got to face the rim, we got to face the blank. I'm just whipping down the chat. G'day Chris, good to have you in. That sounds nicer, doesn't it, eh?
Certainly does.
Oh, that sounds nice.
That's the reason.
Maybe. No woolly hats. I've got mine somewhere.
That's the reason I don't wear sleeves, because they catch on the tool rest.
Morning Wayne, how you doing mate? Good night last night. SK Crafts do a wormy chatty thing, and last night, foolishly, they invited me on there. I don't know why, but it was real good fun. So worth tuning into. SK Crafts. Friday nights he does a chat thing. Mark can put a link up there or something and see what's happening. Hello Miss T. Miss T said you're welcome to pop in hers on the way up as you go back up the M1. She's not far off of junction 11A.
There we go. Right, that just needs...
Right, morning anybody I've missed.
just a bit there. Right, so one more face and that's it, and then I'll leave it down to you to get it as perfect as you can. The concentration here is incredible.
You could hear a pin drop. You could hear a pin drop, people.
A bit of a bounce there.
Oh dear, Mike, what's that? Morning Les Thorne, how you doing mate?
Oh, Mr. Thorne.
Hey,
Morning,
you like
Les.
Mike gonna do some painting?
No, he's not. I refuse. One more. And then that's it.
One more. One more cut. Famous last words of a woodturner. Just one more cut. We're going to do one more cut. One more cut.
A few little marks there. Go on in. Show us
Few
how it's
little
done.
marks there, right? Well,
Show me how it's done.
we've still got the wax
Yeah,
from the wax blank, so we're not flat yet, and we were always going to have to take a bit off here. So the way I do it is I start picking up my cut on the outside edge, and also just travel along my tool rest. Use my tool rest as a guide. And I'll just come in there. Let's have a look at that. That's a getting her there.
Not too shabby. I could do
Still got a little bit there. Now the reason I come in rather than out, there is a reason.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, the reason I come in rather than out, if I come out this way like this,
You've got to pull it right
I
down.
could pull the edge out.
Yeah.
And especially with this heartwood in there, we've already pulled it, we've shown it's difficult. So I just pick a cut up there and I can actually rub the tip of the bevel just against the finest edge of the wood, lean forward, and as the dust starts coming over, just travel along the tool rest using the tool rest and my guide. It doesn't matter if I leave a mil or half a mil on the outside edge, I can tidy that up afterwards so I can get my bevel rubbing, bevel support, just a little lean forward, and then travel along tool rest. That's the way I do it. And I get nice curly shavings. No, Michael.
All right.
No, Michael. You said let me have a go.
Okay,
You have a go.
will do. So, pick up the cut. Just ease into the wood.
That's all you want, and then just travel. Don't push too hard. Handle towards the lathe just a tad. Stick some scratching on, it's getting a bit dusty.
Again, just come off it there, pick up the cut. Start slow a bit as you get to the middle because the wood is spinning that bit slower.
You can see Mike's level of concentration now. Look.
Still not right, but
I'm having a texture finish this morning under the paint.
still tool marks there. Not happy, but I've learned something this morning. You never too late to learn.
Mark, you don't have to get him drunk, mate. He is definitely going to have a paintbrush in his hand in the not too distant future. So, put that up there. When I come in, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the far side and watching that line come in so it's smooth. Got a bit of bounce there. Just moving quite slowly. Nasty bit of artwood there, brittle as you like. Let's feed that through the centre. Away we go. Let's have a look at that edge now. That's got a look at that lovely grain there. Look, isn't it beautiful?
It is absolutely superb.
Isn't that beautiful?
I have to say, it would be a great shame to actually cover that with colour.
Right, a great shame. So, what we're going to do, if we're going to put colour on something, Michael, put colour on something, we've got to make sure the surface is good.
It doesn't need
No.
colour. It does not need colour.
You can see I was well organised this morning, didn't even get the sanding stuff out. So, we're going to go with a quick 80 grit along the front. Now what I've got is a 75mm pad. I've got a long rest, put that into a camera somewhere, a long arm, and I'm just going to whip in and out. We're not going to sand too much, but we don't want a mark in there. So on, in the side, back out, back in. And that's got rid of our marks, nice and smooth. Now we've only sanded with 80 grit, and we're not going to go any lower than that, because I've got something nice for Michael. So this, my old mate, this is called gesso. Joe Sonia gesso. Look at this. Hey, look, Michael, look. So, bit of gesso. That's good to go.
This is really exciting.
And this is called a paintbrush.
No.
A paintbrush. Paintbrush. So, gesso, paintbrush. Looks like there's something in the lid. Hold on. What's happened for this? They've got a little cap there. A little cap there. I need something to dig that out with. Yeah. That's got it. I missed the cap. I can't find, I think someone's been in here because I couldn't find me gesso or the other little surprise product. Now everybody, do you want to witness this? This is Mike Waldt. This is my hands, blue smock. This is a beige smock, Mr. Waldt. And he's going to dip his brush into the gesso.
Is that the right way?
Dip the brush into the gesso. Go on, you can do it. You can do it. And then you just paint the surface black.
Oh, God. Oh, I can't bring myself
Come
to
on,
do it.
come on,
No,
you can do it.
I can't.
Go on, get on there.
What a waste. What a waste of beautiful wood. So we
You
just,
never thought you'd see the day, eh?
I'll tell you what, this is very painful for me, believe it or not.
You never thought you'd see the day. Mike Waldt painting a piece of wood, especially with a nice bit of brain pattern in it. Oh dear, dear, dear.
I honestly am living the nightmare now.
Talking of nightmares, what a week I've had. So last Saturday you didn't get a demo. No. Why didn't you get a demo? There were reasons. Our little soldier, Joe, who a lot of you would know, he's 31 and decided it's time to move out and buy a house. So we went house hunting. We managed to find a house that he likes. Well, he likes it from the pretty pictures in the book because it's not built yet. It's one of these new builds. So he's now become an adult and put his money down for his house. Now we've got the dog in here. So that was day one. As you know, we've had a lot of rain and I've got a lot of grass. So I thought, Sunday I'll cut the grass. It was nearly knee high because when I brought the mower out of the garage for the beginning of the season, it wouldn't work. So off it got fixed, back it come, it rained, couldn't get out where I wanted to get out. So Sunday, I gets on the mower and starts cutting the grass. Long job, because it's really long, little bit at a time. Within an hour, what happened? The belt snapped on the mower. Give up with that. Oh, lovely, look at this.
With the grain.
So on the Sunday, I thought I've got a petrol strimmer, I'll use that. So I started strimming, stopped for a cup of tea and a sandwich, a little plastic plunger on the side to prime the engine, 2 pushes on that, thumb went straight through the bowl, so that's the strimmer valve. So the grass is still long. Look at that, oh isn't that nice? Oh lovely, let's make sure we got a nice even coat of that all over the place, lovely.
I think I'm about to go into cardiac arrest.
So, something new to my workshop. In the week, I got a parcel. And I thought, what's that? Coming back. So Colin kindly sent me a box. And in the box is this beautiful new air dryer. Thank you very much, Colin. Made me laugh so much. So, and look, it's got a nozzle. This is gonna be great.
I have to say that any decent person would give this to his wife.
No, Mrs. Oliver has got her air dryer back. This is mine. Tresemme. I should assume that. Ah, that's it. I don't really know how they work. I hope it's not too complicated. So, we've got
Safety first then, just in case you don't know how to work it.
safety first. Now, here we go. So, we've got a nice air dryer. We shall bring the camera back to these, I think. Oh, that one. Yeah. Let's get a vision. Get rid of me fake shield.
Move it a bit.
Hey,
Move it out a bit.
will we just come over to that one? That'll do. They'll only go watch paint dry, haven't it? Nothing exciting. And we'll see. Look, there's a lot of buttons on this one. Oh, it's got a defrost, Mike. Look.
Oh yeah.
Defrost. What does that do?
That'll be good for the off-road.
Ah, there we go. So the beauty about Gesso is it dries really well. Look at this. I don't want to give this to Mike. He'd be off in the bathroom tidying up in there, won't he? Look, oh, lovely. So we want to make sure, I've just entered his paint. We want to make sure we've got a nice covering of that paint. And I can see a few little lines in here, so we'll just give this a quick right back over across it. Trouble when you're painting, and you've got shavings. Not worried about the rim, we're going to sort that out afterwards. But we don't want any of that wood showing through. Mrs. Oliver's
in the
appeared.
house. Mrs. Oliver's in the house.
Mrs. Oliver's in the house. You notice she didn't come bearing tea or coffee. Right?
No, I didn't notice that.
It's no tea.
See, no, I haven't had any breakfast yet.
Yeah, no breakfast. Mike was on the road at 5 o'clock this morning.
I've got the
4 o'clock this morning.
I've got my sandwiches in the car.
He bought a packed lunch with him.
It was a packed breakfast, but I never bothered.
Mike's been putting colour on wood carrot.
You don't need me for a minute. You can carry on without me for 1 minute.
You alright? Right, so Mike's run off. You believe it? Mike Waldt has now run off. Mrs. Oliver's appeared and Mike Waldt runs off. So I'll give this guess how it only takes a minute, girl, to dry the paint. So we're just drying this bit of paint. This is the beauty of Gesso. It dries into. This is a lovely hairdryer. Much better than Mrs. Oliver's. That'll do us. Ooh, very silky smooth. So, we'll put our hairdryer carefully down there. We'll move our Gesso out of the way. Now, because Mike's doing this and paint could go everywhere, I'm just going to put a bag on our overhead camera. There. Just in case, you know what these new artists are like, they get a bit carried away. And now we've done that, we're just going to move.
What they say is,
It's right out of the way.
What's that song? I'm so excited.
Right. Okay.
Can't cover the whole thing, can you?
No, it'll be alright.
No?
It'll be alright.
Just put it out a bit. Can't see all the ball.
Oh, you can't see all the bowl, is it? Don't worry, we're coming over to it. I think it's that one. We can't see all the bowl Mike's worried about. Now, this will be this one. I don't think that will zoom out too much. Oh, it's not that one. What camera have I got that on then? Oh, that's overhead. Oh, I want to go over there. 4, 5, that's why I've got the problem. So, that's it. That's what we want to do.
Now you can
right.
see.
Let's get there. They're the two I wanted on. Right, are you ready? Are you ready? So this is our unicorn spit. And we're going to take the little card that's stuck in here out. A little card in here. It's stuck in the end. I need something to get that out with. Little screwdriver.
See you, Steve, Scott. Cheers, mate. Les is asking if you can turn the extractor off.
Yeah, we can turn that off now.
You are, Les. Your wish is his command. Shay's asking a question, actually, me turning.
Hold on.
Actual question, this is a heat gun too hot to use to dry the paint?
That's off.
Ed,
What's that?
Shay from Turning's asking whether a heat gun would be too hot to dry the paint.
Yes, I think it would.
Cheers, Karen. Oh, I've got it. Oh, it's an Oliver's Woodturning mug.
You don't want too much heat when you're false drying paint.
Look at that. Look at that. It's Oliver's Woodturning mug. Oh, God, I bet this coffee is going to taste terrible.
Round of applause, Michael.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Mrs. O.
Right, we'll let the noise die down. Now, the advantage of when you mess around with paint, obviously you get covered fairly early on.
Some people do, I don't.
So,
Oh, look, my head. Look.
yeah.
It's all patch.
So, what you want to do now is just get the paint and put some swirls on quite quickly.
Okay. Right. Can't
Give it a squeeze, go on.
It will come out. I can't get it to come out. You're having a laugh, aren't you? This is. Ah, right, okay. He did. He closed it. He closed it on purpose. Ooh.
That's it. Another one, just randomly, round the edge. Go on, keep going. Don't worry about that. Wherever. Yeah, I don't want to do. Lovely. Right, smart. Now,
Yeah. Stand out the way.
we're going to just turn the lathe on. Bit of speed into it.
Oh, look at that! All over the place.
Or a bit more.
Yeah, we got it. We got it on the middle screen. We got it on the bag over the camera. We got it on the
We've got
bedways.
We've got a bit of green going in.
We've got it everywhere.
So now, we'll try a bit of yellow. We might have some green again in a minute.
Okay.
He's got me monitor. I can't believe it. Look at that.
I've done this once, not quite this way. I've done this once, and I had so much stuff covering all the gear, I could hardly see the lathe. And still got it on the fluorescent tube.
All over me monitor he's got.
It's me. You turned it up.
You putting the paint on it.
You were doing it in the middle of these, yeah?
Yeah, or come inwards a little bit. That's it. Just don't worry about it too much.
Okay,
That's
let's just go in here and a bit there and
That's
a bit
it.
here, bit there. This is the way doing it.
Right,
So-
that's it.
Hang on.
Right, oh,
Bit there.
don't worry.
Oh,
And
that
now.
bit there is very important.
Yeah, and then we turn this one on.
Yeah, let's get it everywhere. Oh, that looks nice.
Right, so now we've got a bit of yellow. So, what should we have with the yellow? Let's have a bit of blue.
You want to wipe the end of that one?
Not yet, we ain't finished with it yet.
Oh, all right.
Right. So now, Mike,
Now the blue, my favourite.
try putting just a big ring just in the middle.
Okay. Big ring just in the middle. Coming
Mike
up.
got a cup of coffee, I don't think we've got
Yeah,
one.
you've got one there.
Oh, it's
Oh,
covered in
right.
paint, look.
Oh. Oh, it's gone again. There we go. How's that?
That's a bit random, isn't it? Right, so we'll turn that down, turn that on, and give that a whiz. And we can see that now is feathering out. We'll stop that. Oh, that's started to feather now.
Yeah.
Right, so I've got a monitor covered in paint.
Absolutely covered.
This is our overhead camera. Oh, you can't see the paint, but the bag I put on it is absolutely covered. So we'll come back to that, and we've got this. So what we're going to put in here now? Let's go with another bit of yellow.
I just like everybody to know I've got paint on my hand.
So if I just do this here. And like that. Just stand over there, Mike.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
On, and whip some speed into it.
Oh yes, coming on.
Now we're getting this centrifugal effect. Now what shall we put in there? Let's try to highlight it with a bit of orange, Mike.
Okay, bit of orange coming up.
Bit of orange highlighter. So, tip it down. Let's give it a shake up. I put the cap back on before I shook it in Mike's direction.
A serious question. It wouldn't aid anything at all to have the lathe spinning at about 50 RPM when you're putting that ring on. No.
I suppose you could have it trickling over, but if you're there with your hands, same difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Try a bit of orange. Go sort of on the outside edge of that blue if you can. Go on, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Lovely. So, now we'll try this.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. It looks a little bit. So let's try a bit of yellow. Now this is where we mess around a little bit. And let's try that. Got a bit murky, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we need something just to tie this out. We just got to balance this out a little bit. So let's try a bit of green there. Bit of green there. Bit of yellow here. Bit of yellow here. And we just keep playing with this until we get something that looks... I know. Nah, I'm not loving this at all.
It's got a bit blocky now, isn't
A
it?
bit blocky, right. So, I wonder if till will work. We just got to keep playing with this now a little bit until we get something that looks remotely okay. We might have overdone the colour.
I do take exception to this wee business.
Well, you was putting it on.
No. It was fine until the blocky bit came after you put it on. Oh, it's going silly now.
Right, now let's spin this.
Well, you're getting the feather in now. You want to get the colour back in again now, don't you?
Try a bit of red in there.
My expert opinion. Mind you, it'd be alright if we sort of did the bowl, cut the bowl out here.
We are going to cut a bowl out.
Yeah, but
not
from-
all
not
the way out there, no.
Somewhere here, I should think, isn't it?
Now Mike Walt's got away without getting a bit of paint on him. I'm covered in it. Absolutely
Look,
covered
there's
in
paint
it.
on there. There's paint on there.
Absolutely covered, and he's got away with it. Let's just try.
Oh, and I've got a bit on my thumb as well. I wonder what it'd be like if you actually spun it and put your finger on it.
Put your finger on it then.
No, I just want to see what it'd be like.
Well, put your finger on it.
Right,
Let's find out.
we've got to do an experiment now, right? Okay.
Mind you in. Oh, very
I tell you
psychedelic.
what.
Hey, now we're getting there.
Who's
Mike Waldt, the colourist.
Who says I have never done... Look, that looks like a... well, it looks like one. Definitely. I think that's really...
Tie-dye-ish.
If Stuart and Wayne and Mark and all the people that put paint on are looking, I think that's looking rather good.
Yeah, tie-dye-ish. Put your
I've
finger
cut
on.
my finger, look.
There's an industrial action on
Yeah.
the car. Right, so now we've got a tie-dyed looking bowl.
I like that.
I think we're going to stop there. Mike likes it. Mike's taking it home, so let's
God.
stop there.
Who's got no paint on his hands? Look at that.
Bit of paint. I'll show you some paint in a minute. So, we're just going to try and speed up the process before we start the next bit of turning with my new hairdryer. I'm going to get some stickers, Oliver's Woodturning stickers on it.
How'd you get this off?
Soap and water.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, good. Don't like that. I'm allergic to salt and water. And just to let everybody know, I actually had a shower this morning, as I have one every month, whether I need one or not.
Now the beauty of paint obviously is you just keep throwing it on, and if it don't look any good you just turn it all away. So tomorrow night Mike is going to do a colouring demo for you.
I'm actually considering doing that.
Yeah. So that's there. Now let me show you what Michael has done to my workshop, shall I? Look at this. If I can just whip this camera around. There. And then bring that down a bit. There's me monitor.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a cosmic cloud, and for me, I think that is absolutely superb.
Look what he's done to me monitor. Absolutely covered it in paint. Right, so we'll bring our camera back round here. Back onto our bowl. Somewhere there. There we go. And now we've got our bowl. So I'll just go test that with the back of my hand. Seems dry enough. So now, oh, and me lathe. He's covered me lathe. I can't believe it. Comes down here from Wales.
Down here.
Down here.
It's very difficult, ladies and gentlemen, to understand what Mr. Oliver says, because as you know, he is a Cockney, and he talks like that all the time, and I just can't understand him half the time.
What I found really amazing this morning, Mike's turned up in his car, but he's got a trailer full of sheep with him. Why would you bring a trailer full of sheep with you?
Well, you've got to keep interest if you get a traffic jam on the M25. I like that. That's good on there as well, Ed. Leave it.
Yeah, well look at that one over there, Mike.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was a lathe, actually. I thought it was a spray booth.
They'll get left. The only thing that's going to get cleaned in here will be
the monitor.
The monitor. Yeah. And the bedways top.
Yeah, loads of soap and water on the monitor. That'll do it good.
Oh, that's it. It looks like an Oliver lathe now.
It does.
Okay, so now we're into our hollowing of a bowl. So we're just going to bring this up here. I'm just going to turn it on and make sure. I think it's dry enough and we've got no paint spinning off of it. No, we're good to go. So, we just want to make sure we're coming through on centre. Pick this up. Now if we just put the back of our bevel to the wood, just on it, lean forward, so my gouge is horizontal, little push. Now I've scored a line and that tip will stay there forever and not kick back on me. I transfer my wrist anti-clockwise to get to the cutting position, and I just follow this into the centre while twisting away. This is slow motion turning. Just come through, roll my wrist over a little bit, take out that centre. Make sure I've got no paint on my gouge, I don't want to ruin our design. Bit more speed in there. Back of the bevel, don't push it as I tear the paint away. Little twist. Yeah, I think the tool's vibrating a bit. There you go. Let's sharpen this one, see what that one's like. Put a bit more speed in it if you want.
Hey, thank you. This is a possibly is.
I didn't mind Mike putting more speed in there because any paint was going to come off. It gets Mike, not me. What do you move the jig? Sharpening jig. Michael?
Have I seen it?
Yeah, it's over here.
I haven't touched it, mate.
You haven't touched it?
No.
Well, where is it from? What's this? File. Where's the idea of that one?
I was wondering whether we were going through the middle.
I've lost the long branches. Totally lost it.
Ed's excuse, he's lost his sharpening jig.
His profile. Where did I put that? Oh, there. Why not bring it over there?
So this needs sharpening as well. I know what that is. I'll lower the tool basically. That's what it is. Ah, a freshly sharpened gouge. What damage can we do with this? Oh.
Yeah, he's a bit of a messy painter, isn't he, Stuart? You've seen a lot of people paint, but not always done to my monitor. It just bashed me out of the way.
I can't. What can I ask? What's your bevel angle on your bowl gauge?
My bevel on these are around about 50 degree, I suppose, something like that. I don't really take a lot of notice. They're the same every time. I don't take a lot of notice. How are we doing? You're getting quite deep there.
Yeah.
He's trying to get a funnel bowl.
That's what's causing the problem.
Yeah, well, let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
Mind your fingers. Let me get rid of that
Ah,
quickly.
right.
Right.
Let the expert have a go.
Pick that up about there. Little twist.
I think Robert Dorman said I'm not hiring him to decorate my hall. Who do you mean, me or Ed? Both, I should think.
It'll be like a pollock.
A Mull Valley maker has said, I think we can all agree this has been a masterclass. We may differ, what in though.
Just bring that through into there. Let's have a look at that. It's not too bad. This split in here is doing us, and we've got our screw holes that we've got to get rid of.
Yeah.
Just there, so let's just come a little bit wider. I'm just putting a secondary rim here. So I'll just roll my gouge over as I come round. Shouldn't turn uphill. Just there. Oh, now I've skidded back. I was trying to be clever.
Hey, the master has messed up.
I was trying to be too cocky there. I was just trying to
Do you want me to do that?
put another bit in here, and I cocked up.
Do you want me to
So
do that?
now it's a design change. I'll just tool in this side. I just wanted to get rid of the thing, and I weren't listening to my own advice about getting that tip to engage first. I just thought I could be clever and twist the gouge around, and sometimes you come unstuck, and I came unstuck. Just twist this over and put like a cove in there
Take care, Jax. Thanks for coming along, mate.
into our bowl. Cheers, Jax. I've got a couple of little lines there. Where's that other gouge? That's still sharp.
Robert Dorman says, yes, Ed. A right pollock.
A right pollock.
Yeah.
And it was a pollock just then. Just got a little line in the bottom of that cove that I want to get rid of. Really wasn't too much that wouldn't stand out. I've got no bevel support as I come round there. That's it. That's got it. There. And then we just make sure this is smooth in here, very fine cut. Just feed the gouge through my fingertips as I come into the centre. This bit of brittle heartwood in the middle is not great. Do our best with it.
Steve Fleming says I was going to do some turning today before going to work tonight, but this has been more interesting. You have a very low interest level, Steve, that's all I can say.
There we go. So now we've got a little cove in there coming into our bowl just for something different. And then Mike is just going to put a finishing touch to this, I think.
A bead.
A nice bead with the beading tool, outside edge, and your choice where you're going to put it. Ready?
Well, guys, I would say just about there.
Yeah.
Just about there.
Just about.
So again, handle low, engage the cut where you want to be.
To be or not to be? Well, I wouldn't put it there. Never mind.
Do with the sharpen edge.
Do the sharpen, I'll sharpen it. Tool rest might need to be a little bit higher.
Just where you start to get contact. In the middle. Hell of a bead.
Yeah, stop it about there, Mike. Turn it off, let's have a look.
It's burning.
Burning.
Have you got a diamond card?
Oh, just do it on Pro Edge, I'll take a sec.
We don't need a diamond card, we've got the Pro Edge. Let's put the tool rest up a little bit.
I just did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, let's see if this is any better. Try that.
So Jens going to do the finishing cut, well it'll be perfect, and then you can moan at me.
Don't think I've caught the top of the thing. That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right, it's fine.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
That's all right.
It's all
Oh
right.
no, a little bit there. Look.
Oh yeah.
Yes, a little bit there.
Oh, I'll finish that off.
You
then.
finish that off then. Don't push too hard. Don't push too hard. Push. How's that? Got it?
Yes, little tiny bit there.
Let's give that a proper go.
Another sharpen
I was
needed.
just trying to do it quickly just now, but I'll do it a proper go.
Don't tell him, I'm going to lower the tool just a bit.
We'll give it a proper go.
So we're now going to be sharpening the beading tool as we should have done. Oh, I'm on there, but you can't see me. It's okay. I'll tell you what, it's like being in Shepperton Studios here. All proper tubular camera holders and boom mics and 4 screens. It's 4 cameras, 5 cameras. It's awe-inspiring. None of the 2x1 that I got my cameras on. Bits of old pine and larch and spruce, anything.
There we are.
Right.
Try that, sir.
We'll try this then.
Try that, sir.
One more time.
Suits you, sir. Bang!
Ah, there we go.
That'll be enough.
That's it, mate.
There was nothing to take off of it.
No. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, just need a sharp tool. We have
Perfect.
Mike Waldt.
Yeah, that's right. It's not the sharpest tool in the box, I've been told by many people.
Right, so there we've got our little roll. So the last thing we're going to do, we're going to have to sand it and finish it. But I think we're going to have a break in a minute and we'll just sand this up in a while at the back. But now we've got our overspill of paint. Bring this round. We'll come over it with the camera in just a second. Lock that in there. Lock that down there. Bring that round there.
I'll translate for you. When
Take
Ed
that
said,
off there.
I'll bring this round, he said, what he meant was he was going to bring the headstock around.
And then I'll come over here. Wipe that. We're over it. Now you can see Mike's made a real mess of the edge of the piece of work. So we're just going to get here. Now we're going to have to be careful because we don't want to break our fantastic piece of artwork out. So I'm just going to pick up a very fine cut in one direction. Then I'm going to try and pick up a very fine cut in the other direction.
And that eliminates the possibility of tearing out the edge.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the idea. I don't want to ruin your masterpiece.
Les Thorne says, I love watching guys turn beads. I'm still reeling, Les, when I saw you turn that series of beads with the spindle gouge. All I will say is that the beading tool is great for people like me, providing it's sharp.
I've brought that round there. That's cleaned, hopefully, the paint off. Les, we could have used a spindle gouge. Oh, no, it hasn't got all the paint
see,
yet.
he hasn't got the method.
Hasn't got all the paint off. We could have used a spindle gouge
Could have used a skew.
to turn a bead. But then, Les, it might not have been a very good bead.
Oh, I can turn a bead with a spindle gouge. I just, but it's just a case that there is a limit on time, isn't there?
Just brushing this tool backwards and forwards here. Try and get rid of that bit of paint off the edge. I got rid of that bit of paint. That's got rid of our paint.
Yeah, all done.
And I've got a bit of paint on the back. This will sand off in a minute, but we'll just bring this round here. Lock this round here. Turn this on here. I'm just going to bring the gouge in till we've got a little bit there, brush off there, and I just want to blend this back into the rim. Just a little brushing cut. Nothing major, that'll do. And that's tidied that rim up. So we shall put this back on the lathe in a bit and sand it. I'll make sure the paint's dry first and then we'll reverse it. But for this morning, we take that off there. There you go, Michael.
Oh, thank you.
A lovely coloured piece of wood. Now, let's come over to our intro camera. There we go. Now, Mike Waldt has got a lovely coloured piece of wood. Obviously, the green screen is ruining the colour. Let me turn the green screen
We've got a hole in it, look.
off.
You can tell that the cameras are set up for Ed because the top of my head keeps getting cut off.
Let's turn the key
Ed's
off.
got to turn the green screen off. That's better.
I just want to go to camera 2.
There we go.
There. So we've got a green screen behind us with no overlay. So there's Mike's bowl with a nice crack in it. It's lovely.
Nice OG-ish.
Sort of. It's got,
Yeah.
needs a sand.
But I have to say, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Not only the fact that I've been here with Mr. Oliver, who's a good mate of mine, but I've actually enjoyed the paint. Whether I would enjoy all the mess that it creates, I don't know. But I might do a Stuart Farini and box in the headstock and everything else. And,
That's what it needs.
you know, I will definitely be having a go at this, I think. With the colours I've got, which, if they come out the bottle, because I've had them for ages. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. Cheers, Ed. I appreciate that.
Well done, Mike.
Well
Thank
done
you all
to
for stopping by. It was a surprise demo. Obviously, I'll come this way. Surprise demo. I'll get down here somewhere.
I'll just kneel down a bit. Look, yeah.
We can do the conga. We can do the conga. La la la. Thank you all for stopping by. Hold on, I've lost my chat screen because I was getting rid of my green screen. That wasn't on the other screen, and I've got screens everywhere. So I hope you've all enjoyed yourself. There's a lot of morning, Keith. It's been a bit of fun having Mike in the workshop, and yeah, it wasn't going to happen because we had no broadband yesterday, and then overnight we got broadband. So working together almost, yeah, it's probably about right, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't see from here, it's too far.
Oh, can't you? Well, I'll read them out if the stuff comes up.
Yeah, but I can't understand you, Ed.
Ah, well, I'll talk in Welsh then. Ba 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 ba.
See you in a minute.
Very good, chaps. Don't forget to like the video, everybody. Yes, please like and subscribe. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, all helps. So glad you enjoyed it, BB. The Would You, the little and large show. I must be little, he's got to be large, innit? Steve Fleming, thank you. Ed, Mike, great demo, thank you. Mole Valley, one of the best Saturday lives. That's very kind of you to say so, Mole.
Your check's in the post, Mole.
Yeah. Mike Walt's not coming down again, I can assure you. I've had enough for him already.
Tell me about it.
Dio Emergency's going to do some green oak. Cheers, Mark. Mark's had fun.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you. Oh, I can read that now. I've got the dust off my glasses.
Hold on, I can increase the size, can't I?
Thanks for turning up, Vicky. Well, thanks to everybody for turning up.
No, it's that. No one else got to thank you, but Vicky. Thanks, Vicky.
Yeah, well, so I couldn't see before. And I'll do a little bit of self-promotion very quickly. I will be doing a live tomorrow night with Mark and Pete Ravenscroft. Mark, the gentleman Woodturning, and Pete Twisted Trees. And I had a plan, but now I don't. So I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Right. Ian Story, thank you. He's got to go and paint the lounge.
I do.
Les,
David Vaughan.
great fun. Keep taking the meds. I think the problem was, Les, there were no meds. I needed a heavy dose this morning. Trevor, thank you. now.
Yes, David, I do need counselling now.
Yeah, cancelling. Cheers, Stuart. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you very much, Roy D. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thanks, John. Keith, you didn't miss much. Watch the last bit where Mike Waldt starts colouring wood. Hey, that'll inspire you.
Look at the state of them hands. These are the hands of a surgeon ruined by Ed Oliver.
Two old fellas from the Muppet. Cheers, Adrian.
I still think that he looks like Uncle Albert out of Only Fools and Horses.
I'm thinking about dyeing my beard a different colour every week. Red, purple, green.
I've tried that with Hampshire Sheen products. It stings.
Someone said something about boot polish, Mike.
Yeah,
what happened with the boot polish?
It was the.
They said to ask you about boot polish on your beard, Mike.
It was the black wax.
Oh, black wax, Mike.
Yeah.
What do you do with the black wax, Mike?
Well, I did a bit of colour on my beard, and it took ages to get it out.
Oh, with black
Don't
wax.
try it at home because it stings.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm an idiot. That's why I've come down here.
Cheers, Steve. Thanks for stopping by. David Vaughan. I've not set up Buy Me a Coffee, and I think I'm going to set up Buy Me a Coffee. I just haven't got round to it, really. Yeah, I've been
Can't see you. You want to come over here, mate? Can't.
one of those things, you know. I keep going to do things and I don't do it, so I will do it. Buy Me a Coffee link. Yeah, we'll do that. Good, Terry. Glad it's made you smile. God, Mike Walt's now vaping the place out. He's just set me fire alarms off and everything. He's coloured me screen. Now he's setting me fire alarms off. Hi, Joseph.
I do have to say one thing. Whether Ed's enjoyed it or not, I've thoroughly enjoyed
It's been
myself.
good fun.
And
It's been good fun.
And I did enjoy the colour.
Right. Did enjoy the colour. Did you ever think you would hear Mike Waldt say, I enjoyed the colour? Eh? Thanks, Radar. Thanks for popping by. Right, chaps, it's nearly 12 o'clock. It's been a fun morning. It was great to have Mike down. Now I'm going to pack him in his car and he can piss off. It's been good fun. As normal, it was a surprise demo. I knew Mike was coming down, but then I thought that we couldn't do it and because of the broadband. But we got there, so...
And I've come down to Ed's level now in more ways than one.
Look, he's shrunk. What he's done is taken his high heels off. He hadn't told you, but he walks in here with bloody high heels on. You know, weirdo.
My stockings are staying on.
Right, people, we're going to love you and leave you. I think we need a deserved break. Mike's had a long drive down and come straight in here. He didn't even get a chance for a cuppa. I said, well, we're on in a minute. The only thing he did do was wake the neighbours up because he went to the wrong house, but never mind. Yeah. Everybody,
miserable.
Thanks again. Thanks, Christine. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Adrian. Don't forget, if you enjoyed yourselves, thumbs up, like it, share it, all the stuff. Cheers, Bob. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers all.
A thank you
Thanks
from him and a thank you from me.
And it's good night from him, and it's good night from
And
me.
a goodbye from me.
And another goodbye from me.
And we'll see you on the other side. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
Goodbye. That was all right.
That was all right, mate.
Yeah.
Bit of a laugh.